Hey everybody, welcome into Old Mountain Bricks. We're here with another big Lego City update here for you. We've got a number of things to tackle today, so let's not lollygag around and just jump into it today. I've got a number of projects going on in the Lego City. The biggest one right now is the beach area. As you can see, it is a work in progress, but we have received some new pieces. In addition to some other ones we already have over here, I think it's time to at least start making another stab at it here, because I did this one of the last updates we did where it's pretty rocky. And the more I've thought about it, I don't know if that's going to be good in the long run, because ideally I'm going to have like a building back here and a building back here, so that needs to be overall flat. So I wanted some more texture over this way and kind of make it more of a hill or a slant coming down from the top there, because that is 2 bricks tall right there. So what I'm thinking over here is maybe put in the back corner there, use that similar plate and do like a flat space there, then bring it down to 1 brick and then have it at regular Mills plate height in the back over this corner, because that's going to be a unique one because of the train track going around it there, and then have it continue to slope down right here from the 1 brick down to the base plate and water level height, kind of similar to what we were doing over there. But we're going to need a number of flat spots. I did get some bigger plates in the order there in order to use something like these in order to have more space for stories, because if it's basically a mountain like this, it's going to be a little hard to do more stories in there. I think it'll be able to work out, but I think we're going to need to flatten it out a little bit more kind of going forward. So let's go ahead and jump in and maybe get some parts going. I don't know how LEGO actually picks their orders that folks put in there, but there's got to be a better way than just lumping it all together at the end, right? Okay, just a quick overview of what we picked up. We've got like the normal green palm leaves, as well as the olive, bunch of the 6x8 tan plates, some 4x4 tan plates, and then the rest of this is basically palm tree building material. You can see we kind of got these new elements that kind of have like the stump texture to them. I don't know if I'm going to use them for that, but I got 2 just to kind of see what they would look like, or just add some detail to the city. Like I picked up a few of these tiles right here, so you could just make an easy stump in your Lego city, just like that. I think that'll be cool. Picked up a new color of these leaf elements. Bunch of the cylinders here in the reddish brown. I'm waiting on like the flexi tubing in order to actually start making the palm trees, but I'm going to have some skinny ones and then some bigger ones there I think will be good. The bushes are also going to be helpful for that in the brown, and these snot bricks there. We also picked up some life vests because I saw those on there, and this new tiger that just came out there, as well as these 16x16 plates. That'll be helpful. So let's go ahead and start working on the beach a little more. Okay, we're going to focus in that area right in here to try and at least get that part finished up. So let's see what we can do. We get started with the normal Mills plate type functions there. In the back left corner, we do the 2 bricks and then bring the other ones down to the 1 brick height there. In the corner there, we use some unique plate work there. As you can see, I'm kind of testing the train to make sure it still goes by okay there. And then that's where we're probably going to put the snack shack. But overall, we then continue with just some normal plate and other random tile and brick work there to kind of start filling in that sand line that we put in there. But I think it's already starting to come together, and it's going to have a lot of great space compared to what we did previously in it. All right, and now just a quick update to see where we're at. Again, it's always hard on the time lapse to see some of the detail that we've been working on here, but I think we've made some really good progress on it so far. Obviously, we are in a active construction zone here, but I think it's coming along. Again, it has some of the detail I'm wanting, with it being a bit more random. Obviously, with all this stuff in the way, it's not looking as good. We'll clear that off here shortly, but I just wanted to give you an update before we start doing all of that. You can see over here where we used a lot more pieces and kind of have a bit more elevation. This one has a bit more simple plate, but then just some details along the way. The next thing we're going to try and do is add even more detail with this kind of miscellaneous pieces that I've got here to try and kind of spread some things out. Obviously, it's going to be a little blank back in here for right now, because again, over here I want to do like an old fishing store, maybe something else there. I think the snack shack's going to look good right there, but in between here, maybe just some sort of open area that's a little bit more flatter. You can see I'm going to have to blend that in a little bit right there to have a little bit more elevation there. But overall, I don't want it to be too crazy, but just bring it down a little bit more gradual as we get down toward the actual water. So I'm gonna put the time lapse back on, put a few more of these, and see what we can do to make it just a little bit more detailed. We'll clear all this off and see kind of what it looks like after that. This time lapse is a little harder to see than the last one because we're just adding so many of those tan on tan details just throughout the whole beach area to give it a lot better texture and give that extra little nuance that really sells the beach compared to what we had before with just tan base plates. We then also start working on some of the water area and start working on reconstructing some sort of pier or water barrier, and I think that's going to look really nice once we actually get that figured out and be able to separate the city a little more. Okay, so we've got one final shot here. Let's take a look at what we were able to accomplish in the time lapse. As you can see, we kind of filled in most of that gap there, added a few little details, got some random sandcastles. I'll hope to add some more stories to that coming soon. We got the snack shack kind of placed in there, so it's kind of at an angle, but still kind of locked in with some other miscellaneous plate that we had. But I think we've got a pretty good angle as we go across the beach here. Again, it's hard to see kind of on the camera a little bit with all the same color, but I think it looks pretty good, especially when you pull out kind of like to this angle here. You can really start to see it come together. We did receive a few extra parts we've been waiting on, those clear slopes, so one of the next things we're going to do is some water, but that might be saved for another video. But the other thing we accomplished there, we decided to rebuild the pier, or just kind of a little separation barrier between like the grass and the city and the beach. It's not complete yet. I'd like to add some sort of handrails and other details, but we did a combination of kind of like the palisade bricks and like the masonry bricks just to give it a little bit of detail, maybe some water kind of splashing against it there, and we'll make some little stairs to kind of get up to there as well, but I think that'll be a nice little addition. And again, it helps break it up, and we'll be able to add some more of like the harbor type things maybe over there. Obviously not a lot of room, but at least a little bit of something. But I think all of this together has made some really good progress. I know it's slow and steady sometimes, but that's what you got to do with this kind of thing, because I want to do it right, even though you can always change it. But I think it's important to, if you have a vision, and try and follow it, and that's what we're doing here. But I think that will do it for today, so make sure you leave a like on this video on the way up. Comment down below what you think of the beach so far here, and subscribe for even more LEGO City updates coming your way. Got some exciting things coming, some more buildings to place, and other improvements here to the beach here. We're trying to mix it up as we go through it there. Until next time, thanks for coming by Old Mountain Bricks today. Have a good one.